Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome back to Software Inc. Alpha 9. I certainly hope you're having a wonderful day because things are going pretty darn well for Nerdrosoft at the moment. People seem to be enjoying working here, if I say so myself. I haven't heard any complaints about this from the staff or about the staff. No one's complaining about other staff members, so people are enjoying themselves. Not that they can complain, because that's not in the game, but we'll imagine that they're enjoying themselves. Anyway, the point is, things are going well. Things are going well. It's almost 2013. In 2013, we're going to be releasing 3 pieces of software. First, it'll be Squareface 2. And then, it's a huge release. It's Nano. It's a phone operating system. That's a pretty big deal. And then we have a 2D editor in exactly a year's time. In November, we have Vision 3 Edition 2. The last time we released a 2D editor was actually 2003. No, I think it was 2004. So it will have been almost 10 years since we released a 2D editor by the time Vision 3 Edition 2 is going out to people. That's kind of exciting. That's a pretty big deal. So I'm looking forward to getting that out to the people. I'm looking forward to seeing how Nano does, because I want it to do very well. And I'm also thinking that it might be a really good idea to change up the antivirus development a little bit, because it's currently at 100%. I want them to spend twice as long working on Bug Blocker 8 when it gets around to, when they get around to making that. Because I think that might be a really good idea. I also think it might be an idea to say that, hey, these content management systems, maybe spend 200% time working on those as well. And then maybe a similar story with... I mean, we don't need to worry about audio tools, to be honest. I think Wave 10 is already 100% and it's already making shed loads of cash. After all, last month, I do believe Wave 9 made 28 million pounds. So, we're doing alright. We could literally fire everybody and just make Wave products, and we'd be making so much cash that we'd be able to swim in it. So, that's interesting. That's a bit of food for thought. We could maybe just fire everybody and just keep making that. That is certainly an option. We are also, getting closer and closer to being a $2 billion company, which I'm pretty sure we're not actually worth. No, we are. We are actually worth over $2 billion. And there has been a 2,005% increase on the stocks I have in my own company. Now, that's a little bit annoying. Because, I mean, like, all these other stocks are 27% more expensive than they were when they bought them, so these guys have all made profits on their stocks. Stab Digital Industries is making me uncomfortable. I'll be honest. I'm not entirely comfortable with them having 2 stocks in the company. I am fairly confident in saying I can't sell my own company. I'm fairly confident in saying I don't really want to try, to be honest. So, we're not going to be doing that. I am tempted to buy back some of my own stocks here because I don't really think I need them, but we'll not worry too much about it. I would, however, like to have a little look at my releases, because there's stuff in here like Railtech that I don't believe... Did we do anything with this? Have we done anything with Railtech? I don't think we've based any of our products on it, so I'm tempted to sell it. No, that was the company I bought out, wasn't it? I bought out that company and then started to market Railtech. That's what it was, and then we made a little bit of money on it. We could sell that. We could trade the IP for 1.2 million to Tango LLC, which honestly I will do because why not, really? We're not going to do anything else with Railtech. We're going to keep working on Vertex, which isn't out for another 2 years, so... we might as well do that. We could look into other companies as well. We could go to all companies and say, hey, let's buy out one of these other tiny companies, such as Slide Trials, who have no products, so let's not. Fist Cell, who released Golf Simulator in Space, which actually wound up being good, interestingly. Didn't make them any money, because they, I guess, didn't sell it very well. Can I buy that? Or can I just buy the company? I'm definitely tempted. I'm definitely tempted to buy out some of these small companies and, like, port their products to all different operating systems and then sell it on. Just because I can. There's literally no reason to do it, but I'm noticing a definite trend here that all of these new companies are, well, actually Fringe Limited. Founded a couple of years ago, 14 million there in the bank, not bad. If we sort by worth, Fringe Clapper still at the top, so we'll sort by worth. Yeah, Fringe Limited are there. I mean, I'm up here at 5th place, which isn't bad. Smile Trials Studio and Stab Digital aren't that far off in terms of what they have in the bank. In terms of worth, then that's a completely different story. But we aren't that far off of these two in terms of bank accounts. It's Fringe Clap that's the real problem. And if we look at products, I mean, again, it is just a story of these ridiculous prices here, like Frame View. They would take 346,000 for that. 346 million for that. That's actually really tempting, because one of them came out last year and we could start doing stuff with that. That's really tempting to buy that, because that's their big seller, isn't it? It's worth a lot of money. It made a lot of profit. It wouldn't have made it for us, obviously, but that could potentially cripple Fringe Clap if I bought that. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna buy that. There we go. I now own the best-selling operating system. Which, if we look at worth, I mean, they are now worth a lot of money. We are worth a bit less. But I now own that operating system, so there's nothing they can do about it. Which is amazing news. If we look at FrameView 5, it's good. Let's start printing copies. And let's do... There's actually a lot of copies in stock, but we'll keep printing it anyway. Let's give that to my marketing team and say, hey, just have 100,000, 150,000 on the printing of that. And go nuts. It made 24 million last month. Now, with my marketing team behind it, can it make considerably more? That's the question. I mean, there's no real way of knowing until we put it to the test. But I mean, if I can do this, if I can spend 340-something million on this and then not have them make that much money later down the line when they try to make another one, that's totally fine. I might have crippled that company a little bit. I might have. Admittedly, I did just give them 346 million. But that's fine. That's fine. Don't worry about it. These guys want their raises for the year. That's fine. Interestingly, it didn't make anywhere near as much with us as it did for them last month. But we'll not worry about it. We're fine. We now own FrameView 5. I'm actually thinking it might be an idea to get another computer operating system. Hold on, what was FrameView 5? It was a phone operating system. Why are we releasing Nano then? Let's just release this. Let's get FrameView 6 on the go. Would anyone buy that? No one's interested in buying it. Yeah, that's probably fair. That's probably reasonable, to be honest. We'll not worry about it. It's still making us money, so I'm really not that concerned. As long as it makes us considerable amounts of cash, then yeah, I really don't have much to worry about. Interestingly, it looks like marketing aren't actually going to finish the marketing on it this month. I guess they have a lot to do, don't they? Marketing is very, very busy, both of the teams. If we head over and have a little look, actually, the marketing teams are... Those aren't the marketing teams, are they? Those are the OS devs. Marketing is here, in the green rooms. Yeah, fair enough. They're doing alright. They nearly got it done, and they did get it done. So I'm curious to see if that ends up making money next month. As long as it makes more than 150,000 in a month, I really don't mind. So that's totally fine. Let's head back over this way a little bit and just have a look around, make sure everything is nice and clean, which it is. It seems like it does take a few days to clean the entire complex of buildings. But that's alright. FrameView 5, 3.2 million. That's alright, I suppose. That's better than nothing. There's a nice crowd of people heading in there. Let's have a little look at the deals that we have then. So we have some hosting deals for Letter 2. Put that on hosting. Hosting for Vector 3D Suite 4. Good name. Almost as good as Vision 3D Edition 2. Almost. Let's get you on hosting. Let's get you on hosting. I don't think there's any printing deals anywhere. No, there's a marketing deal. There's a couple of marketing deals, but again, I don't think we'll worry too much about that either. So there we go. We'll get everybody working. It is now January of 2013, so it's not very long until Squareface 2 is released. Now, we did already up the development time there, which is pretty good. Can't keep up with support for Squareface. Some employees are unhappy with their job. That's fine. Can we change things up a little bit here? Because if I go to the computer OS, no, I want them to stay on the one product, because if I start changing things, it might complicate things. I want these guys to just stay on the single product, stay on the single IP, only sequels, etc., etc. I think that's totally fine. So they're going to keep doing what they're doing. I just really want to get a team working on frame view. It is really tempting. Admittedly, I could get the phone operating system guys working on that, because the designers in that team aren't doing anything right now, so... Phone, okay, I've got caps lock on. Phone OS frame view. So if I say Phone OS frame view is going to do that. Who's the leader of the Phone OS project? Sherry Hoffman, okay. Sherry Hoffman, you are going to have some significant work to do here, but if you can pull this off, it'll be amazing. We're going to give 200% dev time to this. We're going to give 250% dev time to this. Yeah, 250%. Give it to the phone devs. Hold on. Phone OS is just OS phone, right? Yeah, give it to them. And have them just doing every little bit for it. They're going to spend a ridiculous amount of time on it, which is totally fine. Because, oh, hold on a minute. This is supposed to be customer support just here, so give that to both of those teams. Like so. Marketing's doing fine. SCM is dev 3. Server is hosting. 250%. Single IP. Use own licenses. Handle marketing. 2.5 million copies. That's 15 million. No. No, not a chance. 2.5 million copies. And Phone OS frame view is going to be what we do. Now, if we go into here and we say we want to make a phone operating system, we want it to be frame view. Did we sell? No, we didn't sell Nbox Mobile. Nano is the next installment of that. So that's fine. Frame view 6 is going to be the next one, which is going to just have all of this stuff in there. The price is recommending 660. I'm going to say a nice solid 500 for that. So it's affordable. Good and affordable. That's what you want it to be. Server, dev 1. SCM, host, no, other way around, dev 1 and hosting. And we're going to give that to Phone OS frame view. They're going to get working on that, and hopefully it's going to take a considerable amount of time. Now, what I will do is say that this has a higher priority than Phone OS frame view. But this is good. This is good. I think, depending on when it's due to come out, frame view might be my goal. Frame view 6 might be my, like, hey, this is where the series ends. Because if we can make it as successful as all of the other frame views before, especially the one that came before. I mean, admittedly, it won't necessarily be that successful because it is expensive. But I'm feeling pretty good about this. Now, if I look at my releases, I can't actually see Nano in here, can I? No. That's annoying. But if, how can I see... Can I see how much Nano is going to cost? Info. Nano, is the price of Nano in here? No. Okay. That's fair enough. 145 million potential consumers. I mean, we're close to release, so we'll see how much it's worth. I don't remember if I set a really high price on the software or on the operating system. And I hope I did. I really hope I did, because it could make some considerable cash. Now let's have a little look and see what we're making at the moment. If we look at my releases, Bug Blocker 6 isn't making money anymore. I'm tempted to cancel. I could actually cancel Bug Blocker, couldn't I? Because to be honest, I mean, they never have that many active users, and they never actually make that much money. Like Bug Blocker 3, okay, Bug Blocker 3 made 20 9 million in profit. But I mean, I don't think they're not my big sellers, are they? They're not my big attractions, I guess. Last month we had 1.8 million on FrameView 5. You know what? Let's end marketing in FrameView 5. Let's not worry about it, and let's not stress ourselves over it. Interesting that Sherry Hoffman doesn't seem to be doing anything with the FrameView thing just yet. Which is curious. I guess maybe only one leader can work on a thing at a time. Who isn't doing something currently? So that's Sherry Hoffman as well. So Sherry Hoffman can't be doing that. Ollie Hunt, Penny Patton. We have Marlon Holt. Am I developing stuff? I'm developing the audio tool, so I can't do it. Avery can't do it. Let's have a look then. So if I go to OS FrameView, and we want to assign it to someone. Is Cruz Holt working on something? I don't know, but Cruz Holt might be a marketer. We'll give it to Cruz anyway, and then we'll go and see who Cruz Holt happens to be, because I don't actually know. Oh, any job. Oh, those are the marketers, that's fine. I want to sort by, I want to find leaders. I want to see who the leaders are in here. We have a lot of people. We have a lot of people. Leaders. Cruz Holt is a mobile dev leader. What are the mobile devs working on at the moment? That's actually, that's a good question. What are the mobile devs working on at the moment? Mobile devs, you have one bit of work. I don't actually, what have I got them assigned to? It's not the phone OS, is it? Oh, they're, no, that's OS Dev Phone. What are they doing then? Because they have a bit of work, or is that just the leader that has a bit of work, technically? I've actually completely forgotten what I've got them working on. Which is interesting. Let me get the mobile devs on this as well, then. Since it is a mobile operating system. So we'll give it to all of those guys. And we'll see what happens. There we go. So they're going to work on that. I've actually forgotten what they're working. They're not working in Cattlefield, are they? Game devs and mobile devs are working in Cattlefield. But that's fine. That's totally fine. Cattlefield can release eventually. Hopefully we'll see some good stuff happen with FrameView 6 whenever they decide to get to work on that. Assuming I did actually assign it properly. I hope it did. Options, FrameView, it's queued currently. I'm not entirely sure why it's queued and not actually gone in. I don't know why it's not gone into the design phase, but we'll not stress about it too much. There's not really much need to stress about it at the moment. It is, however, about to go into March of 2013, which means we are about to see the first release of the year, which is Squareface 2, which is very exciting news. I'm very, very keen to see how it ends up doing. Hopefully well. Hopefully we're going to see some good stuff from Squareface 2. Because if we don't, I'm going to be very, very disappointed. But it won't be long until we get to have a look. Assuming it's been developed properly. Assuming they don't, you know, hold on to it for too long. I guess we'll find out. I mean, if it doesn't do well, we have got other releases this year. We have got Nano. We have got the Vision 3D Edition 2, or Vision 3 Edition 2. Good lord, that name. We have that coming later this year. FrameView 6 is now being designed, which is good news. So it's gone into that phase that I want it to be in. Just noticed that November 2013 is... Wait a minute. Bug Blocker 7's coming in November 2013. So we have 4 releases in 2013 now. That's interesting. It's going to be really interesting to see how Bug Blocker 7 gets received, especially after the previous one, which didn't do all that well. So, oh, there we go. Squareface 2 has just been released. Not bad. Not bad at all. Curious to see what it costs to make that. Squareface 2 is a £2.5 million investment for the company. There are, I assume, 1 million units in stock. So let's have a look. Squareface 2. How did it sell? Pretty darn well, actually. 10.4 million is not bad. This product is not operating system dependent, meaning it has got room to be sold to a lot of people, which is nice. Let's start printing copies of that. Let's maybe stop printing copies of FrameView 5 and also Bug Blocker 6. So that'll do. We'll get ourselves a bunch of copies of Squareface 2 and Wave 9 out to the people. Wave 9, I think, still selling, right? That's Wave 9. Yeah, 21 million last month, so I would say that counts as still selling. Not bad. I'm actually quite pleased with how Squareface did. It might, to wrap this up, Squareface 2 might be worth the price. Thanks. What's the rating on it? It's outstanding. Beautiful, which is better than the previous one, which was 2 years ago. Previous one made 39 million in profit. I'll take it. I will take it. That's not bad for a content management system, a web publishing content management system. That's definitely not bad. And it just made even more money. It's May 2013. And we're up to 13 million in a month. Man, that's pretty good. I'm really, really pleased with that. I also just noticed that FrameView 5 was £634. So the next one, FrameView 6, the one that we're making, is actually more affordable than that one. FrameView 4, the one that made the 4 billion, was £903. It did sell 6.4 million copies. So yeah, that kind of makes sense. That kind of makes sense. I'm sincerely hoping that having some slightly higher prices on things like FrameView 6 and on Nano as well, which I really hope I set a high price on Nano. I really do, because if I didn't, then I'm going to be annoyed. But Nano releases next month. Nano is not far away. So I'm excited for that. If we look at the details here, 95,000 people are currently following it, which is interesting. It's in alpha. Guys, that's probably supposed to be in beta at this point. So that's great. Just make it good. That's all I care about. Just make sure that Nano's good, and we're gonna have no problems. I am concerned, however, that it is still in alpha. Really, really concerned that Nano is still in alpha, because I don't know if in here it would say that it was in beta. I have no idea. If we look at the details in here, I mean, Bug Blocker is still in beta. That's fine. Why are the two people? Why are the OS dev comps working on marketing in here? That's not right at all. There we go. Yeah, I'm concerned. I'm really concerned that that Nano might be a buggy mess. But really, there's only one way to find out. There's really only one way to find out, and it is by sitting here and waiting and seeing what happens. Because this could be a disaster. Oh, it's not going to be cheap to make either. I guarantee you Nano will not have been cheap. So we're going to find out. Anyway, let's have a little look in here. Squareface still at 13 million. Looks like it's going to make more than the previous one, which is beautiful news. Very, very beautiful news right there. Wave 9 at 196 million with 22 million last month. I mean, it is not June 2013. So Nano has just been released. We've already started designing Nano 2. May 2018 is FrameView 6. So that's just under 5 years of development. That's good news. That's really good news. I'm tempted to get rid of the Phone OS thing here and put everyone that's working on that into the Nano project or the FrameView project. But we'll judge that based on when the release date of Nano 2 is. So, Nano is worth, oh Jesus, it's selling for £750, which is more expensive than FrameView 5. Oh boy. Oh boy. We'll see how that ends up doing. It costs 2.2 million to make, which is okay. Let's start printing Nano as well. And let's see if we can start porting things to Nano. So Squareface 2 doesn't need ported. Bug Blocker 6. Can we port that to Nano? Yes, we can. So port that to Nano. Wave 9. We will port that not to Nano, because apparently Nano can't have Wave 9. That's fair enough. Or can it? No, it can't. That's okay. Let me pause for a second and just make sure everything in here is where it needs to be. So, Bug Blocker was already ported. Vision 3D, I doubt can be ported to Nano, but we can try. No, so Vision 3D can't go on Nano either. Vision 3, I doubt can go to Nano. No, it can't. It seems that only content antivirus can go to Nano. And games as well, I suppose. What was our last game engine? Polygonal Thought M? That was the mobile one. So if we port that to Nano, that'll be fine. We'll port that. We can port Polygonal Thought as well, since it is old at this point and we're working on another game engine. So why can I not seem to port Polygonal Thought? I'm clicking port here and it's not doing anything. I mean, the game hasn't frozen. So I'm not really sure what's up with that. Oh, it's already being ported to Nerdbox 2. That'll be why. Alright, whatever. Let's look at games that used Polygonal Thought M, assuming I made any, because I don't remember making any. Polygonal Thought M, let me look at the details. It was used in... nothing that I made. Good. Good. Nicely done. Right, that makes things tricky. So Polygonal Thought can't be ported to... Okay, let me cancel this until Nerdbox 2 is actually out. Port Polygonal Thought to Nano as well. Because it was used in things I made, right? No. No. Oh, no, it was. I made Plain Hero, but then I sold Plain Hero. Oh, I shouldn't have done that. I should not have done that. Fair enough. That's fine. So we have those engines coming along eventually. Polygonal Thought, I mean, we'll get it ported to Nano. Nice and quickly. Then we will go back and we will say, hey, just remember, this needs to go on Nerdbox 2, and I guess the OS 7 as well. So there you go. Get those ready for OS... No, wait, the OS 7 is... Well, I guess I guess that's fine. No, that's not really fine. Let's just cancel that. Let's not worry about it. We're gonna have our own thing come out eventually anyway, so we'll see what happens. We'll see how Nano ends up doing. I guess. I'm curious to see what happens with it. I'm very curious to see if Nano ends up being a hit. Because if it isn't, I'm gonna be really disappointed. I do realize, though, it is a bit risky having two phone operating systems being developed at the same time. It's not entirely necessary. But my thinking is that I don't think anyone else is making phone operating systems. If we look at upcoming releases, Bot Slim 2 is coming in December 2013. So it's coming this year from Fringe Limited. Then we have Bot OS 6 from Stab Digital next December. So I take it back. We do have phone operating systems coming out. And we do have Next OS 2 from Stab Limited in December 2018. But generally, there doesn't seem to be... I don't know if we're going to have to worry, is what I'm trying to get at. Because FrameView was the biggest competitor. Like, it made one of the companies so much money. And it's maybe silly to buy that operating system under the assumption that I might be able to make some of that money, but honestly, I don't have that much to lose, so we're not going to worry too much about it. We'll have ourselves a little look either way. It is about to be the end of June 2013. It is the end of June 2013. Let's have a look at the review for Nano. To wrap this up, Nano is well worth the price. It's probably not going to move many copies. Need to make a name for ourselves in the market. It looks like this might help. It would help if we spent time getting the word out. Nano made £914,000 last month. That hurts. That hurts, man. That really, really hurts. And then, oh god, Nano 2 is coming in July 2016. That's actually okay, because FrameView's 2 years later. I'll take it. That's fine. That hurts. That really hurts. Can we make something for it? Like, can I go in here and say, I want to make a game, and I want it to be, I don't know, a RTS, I guess, on mobile. Oh dear. This could be risky. Let's go for Latest release on game engines. Although I feel like we're going to have to use Polygonal Thought. Which was good. Or Polygonal Thought M was good. Polygonal Thought was mediocre. Let's use Polygonal Thought M. And hope for the best. Let's get this running on Nano. Which I guess is okay. To be fair, I guess I could put it on FrameView 5 as well, because I do own FrameView 5. So put it on those two systems with a potential audience of 575,000 people. That's not much. We'll give it 2D graphics. Can we really only do 2D graphics? That's not a is that a FrameView thing? That's a Nano thing. Wait a minute. Oh, maybe that's an engine thing. That could very well be an engine thing. Yeah. Well, no, we need to choose a 2D editor as well. So if we look in here, these guys have been doing all right for themselves. But we're going to go with Vision.3, which is fine. Let's remove that and go back to Nano. So we'll go with that. We'll go with physics, music, dialogue, AI. Apparently we can't do multiplayer, which is not available for the game engine that I've picked. Nice. Nice. It really seems like Polygonal Thought was a piece of garbage. That's great. Let's not do multiplayer then. Let's do a simulation game. Because that's even better for mobile. Good. So 3D graphics is not supported by... Oh god, that game engine is garbage. Let's use something else. Although, now that I've selected an operating... Oh, yeah, so I can't... I have to wait for Vertex, basically. And Vertex is quite a few years away. Oh, dear. Oh, boy. So, Nano is basically not going to do very well because there's nothing I can put on it that's a must-have game. Oh, man, I didn't think about that. We'll be all right. We'll get dialogue. We'll get AI. We'll get open world. Touch support. Cutscenes. We'll make it like... We'll make it like £10. It's not worth much. And it's not a follow-up to anything, so that's fine. Let's give it an error simulator. No. Let's see. The Baby Sim, Train Sim, Ultra... You know what? Kingdom Craft Tycoon. Kingdom Craft's the name of a Minecraft server I used to work on. Let's go with just Kingdom Tycoon. And put it on Nano and see what happens. So the SCM is going to be Dev 3. We're going to give this to game devs, I guess. You know what? Just give it to game dev. Let's just give it to everybody. It's not like it's going to be a huge project or anything. At least I hope it's not. So we'll give it to everybody. It's going to go on Nano. We're going to develop Kingdom Tycoon, the simulation game, for 10... Oh, it's a piece of garbage. We're making shovelware. Ladies and gentlemen, we are making just shovelware for mobile. We're being that kind of developer. Hey, we got an idea for a game. Or, hey, we've got a platform. We don't have any good ideas for a game. Let's make one anyway. Oh, boy. We'll see what happens. I mean, this is all coming along relatively quickly, which is nice. And I suppose we do have 2 more releases. In November, we have 2 things releasing. Bug Blocker 7... And we also have Vision 3 Edition 2. So we might be alright. We might get something good out of this. So Kingdom Tycoon is coming along relatively quickly. A lot of art. Definitely a lot of art for this. Let's get some team reviews from everybody. I want to see what they all have to say about Kingdom Tycoon. I don't want to get some outsourced reviews. I want to get some genuine thoughts from the team. People are retiring here. No leader's retiring, right? Nah, we're good. That's fine. That's totally fine. A lot of years at the company. 24 years at the company. That's a long time. Is what that is. That is a long time. We'll get these reviews in either way. They're going to come in next month, which is totally fine by me. So the reviews... I mean, they're not going to be done overnight, are they? Nah. So they're done when people are at work, which is totally fine. So everybody's coming in. They are writing up their reviews. It's going to be a lot of people writing reviews. So that's a lot of people. I suppose it is also a lot of different parts of the game to be reviewing, so I do want to see what the general consensus happens to be on Kingdom Tycoon. Let's just go with that. So currently it is at a 1.2. You know, I really didn't think I'd have to spend long making this, but apparently I might, which is interesting. Very interesting indeed. Either way, I'm not going to worry too much about it. We have, like I said, got a couple more releases coming out. Nano last month made 7 million, actually. You know what? That's not bad. 7 million is considerably more than it made a minute ago. Squareface 2 has actually dropped down in terms of how much it's currently making, which is kind of annoying, but whatever. We'll not worry too much about that. That's not bad, though. That is not that bad. We might be able to have this pick up. Marketing is still sparse on that, so hopefully we can do something here. I'm actually thinking it might be an idea to hire a third marketing team for the sole purpose that we could go ahead and say, hey, everybody, let's go ahead and have you guys just... can I select that? Yeah, I can select that entire building floor. That's what I want to do. I can have that marketing team, like the third one, be like a boost team. So when they're working on... can I place that here? I can put it there, but I can't seem to put it there. Why can't I put it there? I can have it hanging off the building, which is weird, but I can't seem to put it anywhere else. But yeah, my thinking is I can get like a boost marketing team. So if there's a piece of software that I want to do better, I can have this one particular marketing team work on it. So they'll like give it some focused marketing as opposed to the general marketing teams, which are kind of doing a bit of everything at the moment. That seems like it could maybe work. And I'm kind of tempted to try it. So let me throw that there. Because I don't want to double up on this. I don't want to have this be completely symmetrical anymore. So this will do the job. Delete those and delete that as well. And that seems fine. So this is going to be room for the boost marketing team. We'll go ahead and select all of this space. We are going to merge those rooms. We're going to say delete that door and that door and that door. And also delete that door. So there we go. That should be totally fine. It's not a great layout. This room is going to have some temperature variations. So we'll go ahead and just select all the furniture and delete it. We'll select, like I said, all of the furniture and delete it. And we'll go ahead and just give this an interesting layout for the Boost marketing team. And there we go. Marketing 3 now have an office at the top of this warehouse. It's a bit interesting looking. There's space for 14 people. Well, 13 marketers, including the leader. Actually, no, I take that back. There's room for 14 of them because the leader has an office. I totally forgot that I literally, like 30 seconds ago, for me, gave their leader an office. Marketing 3's leader is going to be in there. In that little room right there. So that's going to be good. I also realized I haven't actually given that room to Marketing 3 yet, so I should probably do that. Switch team to Marketing 3. There we go. And that'll do. Marketing 3 is basically going to be put on any of the projects that I think deserve a bit of a marketing boost. So I think Nano could maybe use a marketing boost. I think that's a product I really want to get behind, so that's what Marketing 3 are going to do. It could be the same with something like other operating systems, FrameView, whatever it happens to be. That's basically what Marketing 3 is for. They are put on a product if I think it needs to be marketed a bit more than what's being done by the normal team. Because at the moment, I can't see what the regular marketing team is actually marketing. 17 things, apparently. Apparently, Marketing 1 are marketing 17 things. That's a lot of things. So we're maybe going to want to just look into that a little bit. I don't know how I would necessarily look into it, but they're marketing 17 things, which is a lot of things that we're currently spending money on. So I'd like to fix that. I'd like to, you know, get Marketing 3 to focus on this and that, and to see what happens when we do that. So let's have ourselves a little look. Nano. Last month, 4.1 million. I mean, it's doing okay. It's doing all right. It's making money, and that's great. Interestingly, Wave 9 still making 20 million there with over 2 million active users. I still just, I mean, marketing's gone up to prominent here. How many products is that? That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 products. So what exactly are those marketing teams working on? Because marketing 1 has 17 products that it's currently looking at. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I guess it's probably a mix of these and the products we've already released. Either way, it's still a little bit strange the way marketing works. But I suppose it doesn't particularly matter as long as the marketing gets done and as long as the company keeps making money. Although it would probably make sense to get another marketing team and, you know, just massively increase the amount of marketing that we're doing just so things come along a little bit and get a little bit better. Either way, let's get some outsourced reviews of Kingdom Tycoon. I'm curious to see what people think of that. Very curious indeed. I also realize it's going to need to be fantastic. It's going to need to be absolutely amazing. Otherwise, it's going to be a waste. So let's have a look. Currently less than 1. Good. So we're going to need considerable amounts of work to be done in Kingdom Tycoon, which was supposed to be a piece of shovelware. So now it needs to actually be good. It's a £10 game that needs to be amazing. I really didn't want to have to spend this much time on Kingdom Tycoon, but there you go. These are the things that happen. Either way, next month, November 2013, we are going to be releasing Bug Blocker 7, and we are going to be releasing Vision 3 Edition 2, which is very, very big news. In October of 2014, we are releasing Vision 3D Edition 2, which is very exciting. In November of 2014, we have Digital Desk, a piece of office software going out. Also in October next year, we have Cattlefield finally going out. Also in October of next year is Nerdbox 2. So 2014 is a big year. And then by 2015, we are gonna have released our computer operating system, which is pretty huge. That's gonna be a big one. We also have a content management system going out then not long after. And of course, May 2015 is Wave 10, which is also big news. So 2014 to 2015, 2013 has been a big year as well, but 2014, 2015 also big years. Let me have a look at the companies here and just look at worth. Fringe Clap are still way up there. What have they released recently? They haven't released anything since May of 2006. Well, admittedly, they did release, what, FrameView 4 and 5 in the time between then. Are they even working on anything? That's something I kind of have to wonder. If I look at upcoming releases, FrameView is the company I'm looking for. No, it's not. It's Fringe Clap Limited, isn't it? Or is it? What is it? What's the name of the company I'm looking for? Fringe Clap. Not Fringe Trip, but Fringe Clap. Are they making anything? No. Interesting. There's a lot of fringes. There's Fringe Book Reality. There's Fringe Trip Limited. And there was another one down here. It was Fringe something else, I think. Fringe Limited, Fringe Trip, and Fringe Book. Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, that's interesting that they're not making anything. I have to imagine that they were working on something, but they're not anymore. That's interesting. I might have crippled this company because they might not ever make anything again. Because FrameView was the only thing they were working on. So maybe if I give it like 40 years, they'll go out of business. I mean, I don't really want to give it 40 years, but maybe if I did. Maybe if I gave them 40 years, they go out of business and I'd be up there as the only company still making things. You never know. You never know. Either way, it is just about to be home time for every member of staff, which means that we are going to be seeing very soon whether or not these two pieces of software going out in November are going to be any good. We can immediately, of course, port the new bug blocker over to the new operating system, over to Nano. Another person retiring there. It's another designer. That's fine. 16 years at the company. Thank you for your service. It's hugely appreciated. Let's manage teams. Let's go to marketing very quickly. Let me also sort by name there. Marketing 3. You are going to have holidays in July. That's fine. You don't currently have HR options, but you are going to have like $1 million as your budget. And you don't need to force rolls or anything. You are going to be... And actually, can you force rolls? Because you're going to get 14 marketers. And it's going to be all of this. So yeah, that'll be fine. And then just say like -7 as education. So half of them can go on education at any one time. We'll see what happens with it. We'll see what happens with Marketing 3. Probably next time. Probably not going to be in this episode. Because I think we'll wrap this one up in just a couple of seconds, couple of minutes. Once we see the release of Vision 3 Edition 2, which has Vision 3 Edition 3 getting worked on. Can we not... can we cancel Vision 3 Edition 2 for a second? Because I wanna work on different names for that, because that's terrible. 2D editor, it is gonna be a follow-up to Vision 3, but it's gonna finally be something different. It is gonna be NS Vision. NS Vision is what we'll call it. And you know what? We'll go with NS Vision X. No, we'll not. We'll just go with NS Vision. That'll be the name of it. We're going back to Nerdrosoft branding, but that's fine. It's gonna run on pretty much everything. I think pretty much everything is probably a fair bet. Everything that has users, so like, you know what, just everything. Just let it run on absolutely everything. It can be outstanding. It can be £120. And it's the follow-up to Vision 3 Edition 2. NS Vision. That's totally fine. The SCM is Dev 1. And that's going to be given to the 2D editors. So project management and 2D editor. So they can get to work on that. They're working on NS Vision. Vision 3D Edition 2 will be dropped as well. I don't know if it's going to be called NS Vision 3D. I think I might just completely change the name to something else. So we'll see. In fact, in the comments, if you're still watching this video, because it's quite another lengthy one, so people are still watching this, number one, that's pretty cool, leave your suggestions. If you have any ideas for names for NS, for Vision.3D Edition 2. What should that franchise become with the big rebrand that's going to happen probably next episode once we get that released. Either way, Bug Blocker 7 is due to release today. I'm curious to see how that ends up doing. We have, oh wow, 11 million. That cost 11 million to make. Nano made 8.7 last month as well, which is nice. Squareface 2, 1.6. Squareface 2, I think, has now made more money than Squareface 1. No, not quite. But it will. I reckon Squareface 2 will make some good money. But either way, I'm excited. I'm excited to see how much Vision 3D Edition, or Vision 3 Edition 2. See, that's why it's so complicated. It's such a bad name. I'm so sorry. Either way, like I've been saying, I'm excited to see what happens. Also, Bug Blocker 7 really should be getting released any second now. It better be getting released. It needs to be getting released. Come on, let's see a release for Bug Blocker 7, please. It's almost home time. You still haven't put it out to the people. That's worrying. Are we gonna miss the launch of Bug Blocker 7? Because I swear, I'm pretty sure we missed the launch of Bug Blocker 6. Amazing. So Bug Blocker 7 isn't being released. That's worrying. That's worrying. It has not been released, which is fair enough. Accept all and close. Let's have a little look. So Vision 3 Edition 2. It's great value. Probably not going to move any copies. Probably need to port it. That's fine. Let's have a look. It made 2.2 million. And Bug Blocker 7 apparently got released right at the last second. Fair enough, I guess. Let's port Vision 3 Edition 2 then. So give it to everybody. Let's port it to, I guess, those 3 operating systems. We might as well. Oh, they just released an operating system. Okay, that might be a good thing to port it to. Let's get that ported. Bug Blocker 7. Let's get that ported as well to pretty much anything that moves or anything that exists. So we'll get those ported. We'll minimize all of those because you don't really need to pay attention to them. I realize I might have put Bug Blocker 7 on software that doesn't currently exist. Support Bug Blocker 7 to everything, obviously. But then we go back up, and we don't want to put it on Nano 2. Oh, I just deselected everything. Go back up to there. So we don't want it on Nano 2. We don't want it on Nerdbox 2, and we don't want it on the OS 7. So there we go. 68 different operating systems to port Bug Blocker 7 over to. We have a bunch of operating systems to put Vision 3 Edition 2 onto. And that will hopefully be good. We're already designing Bug Blocker 8. May 2019 is the release date of NS Vision. Which is ridiculous. That's such a long time away. Oh boy. That is a long, long time away. If you're watching this video in May 2019, hey, how's it going? We'll have a repeat of that, shall we? How many of you watching this went back and commented on City Skylines Snowfall? I think it was like part 2 or 3. Because I said, that video went out in like the 17th of February 2016. And I said, if you're watching this on the 17th of February 2017, comment on the video. And a lot of you, like, I got a lot of people tweeting me saying, hey, do you know what day it is? And I'm like, yes, I do. And a lot of people like put it in their calendars to go back and do it. So, how many of you did that, number one, that are watching this? And if you are watching this on what date in May, shall we say? May the 5th. No, May the 4th. May the 4th be with you, for one. But May the 4th, 2019. Are you watching this video? Oh, man. That's gonna be an interesting day. When no one comments. Right, I guess that can be it for today. I guess we've done a pretty good job. We'll give it another give it another minute just to see how things do now that they've been ported. Very curious indeed. 2.2 million's not bad. Nano, they're making 15 million. Nano's getting better. I've just noticed Nano is starting to make more money as it goes along, which is very nice. Let's go into distribution though, because no, you know what? That's all fine, I think. That's all fine. The amount of units there is totally fine. Let's give some printing jobs to Vision 3 Edition 2. And Bug Blocker 7, I'm not going to worry about. But I'm curious to see. 2.2 million just there. Will it go up? Will it go down? We're going to find out. 2.2 million goes to 3.2 million. Not bad. Nano came down a bit. That's fine, though. I think we're actually, like, back at where we were in terms of how much money we have. I'm not certain, but I'm fairly sure we are. So, yeah, we're actually back up slightly above where we were, because that's when we took a massive dip. That's our worth right there. That is the company worth. But we are now... What are we worth here in total? If we look at all companies, Nerdsoft is back to being worth over 2 billion. Now, interestingly, Fringe Clap seems to have gone back up in worth, so I wonder what they've bought, or what they've done, or maybe their stocks have gone up or something. Either way, they're worth a lot of money, which is worrying. They don't have as many fans as we do, though. In fact, it's this company has the biggest number of fans with 89 products, which is ridiculous. They were founded in 1970. What was their most recent release? Delegation Stuff 16. They've got a lot of fans, but not that many active users on their products, which is weird. And their first product was Delegation Stuff. And now they're up to Delegation Stuff 16. That's ridiculous. 90 million fans at Fringe Book Reality. Then 69 million fans at Tango LLC. And then 64 million fans at Nerdsoft. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to leave it there for today. I'd say things are going pretty well. It is now January of 2014, which means we have a bunch of releases this year. We have Nerdbox 2 finally coming out. We have Cattlefield finally coming out. We have Digital Desk coming out. We have Vision 3D Edition 2 coming out. And probably Kingdom Simulator as well. We'll see what happens. Either way, that's going to be it for today. So thank you, Ken, for watching. This has been Software Inc. Alpha 9 Part 16. And I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.